All right, good evening, everyone. We will call this meeting to order for the Grimsby Heritage Advisory Committee December meeting. And we will get started with a land acknowledgement. I'll read it now. Niagara Region and Grimsby are situated on treaty land. And this land is steeped in the rich history of the First Nations, such as the Haudenosaunee, the Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe, including the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. There are many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people from across Turtle Island that live and work in Niagara today. The regional municipality of Niagara and the town of Grimsby stand with all Indigenous peoples, past and present, in promoting the wise stewardship of the lands on which we live. Thank you. Okay, are there any disclosures of pecuniary interest tonight? I'm seeing not, so we will move forward then. We are really excited to welcome Kristen McCauley today, our new Director of Planning and Development for the town of Grimsby, to say a few words. So thank you so much, Kristen.
Thank you very much, and through you, Chair. I'm very happy to be here. I'm excited to be a part of the team, and coming from Niagara and Lake, I have a good background in heritage, and I know that the town has done some great work in heritage, and have seen a lot of the designations coming forward over the last few years. So really excited to be a part of the team and part of the work going forward. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay. With that, we can move forward with our resolution here. Resolved that the introduction for Kristen McCauley be received. Do I have a mover? We have Councillor Kristanji. And a seconder? We'll have Amy second. And all in favor? Okay, that's carried. Wonderful. And welcome again. We're really excited to have you. Okay. Now we'll move on to the agenda for tonight. Any questions or comments when it comes to the agenda? It looks like no, so I'll move on to the resolution for that. Resolved that the December 9th, 2025 Grimsby Heritage Advisory Committee agenda be approved. A mover. We have Councillor DeFlavio and a seconder. We have Amy. And all in favor? Okay, that's carried. Fantastic. And then moving on to the minutes. So we all had a chance to review our minutes for October 27th, 2025. Any questions or comments when it comes to last meeting's minutes? Doesn't look like it, so we can move forward with that motion. Resolved that the Grimsby Heritage Advisory Committee minutes for October 27th, 2025 be received. A mover. We'll have Councillor Kristanji again. And seconder. Oh my gosh, Brian, welcome. Yes. Does Brian raise his hand? Brian, we're going to add you for the second. That's okay. And welcome, Brian, virtually. Thank you for joining us. Okay, all in favor? Okay, that's great. And that will carry that as well. Thank you. Okay, awesome. Thanks, everyone. So we have a couple of verbal updates, and it looks like Bianca is going to begin with a year-end update. So go ahead, Bianca.
Thank you, through you, the chair. Me and Sarah had a good chat about the agenda. We thought it would be good to acknowledge all the work we've done through the year. And so I just kind of wrote a little summary to talk about everything we've done. I did want to touch on the designations. I know a lot of work has been done since 2021, so I just wanted to give a kind of update on that. So we're almost at 50 sites designated since 2021, and we have 5 additional sites underway in the property owner consultation phase. And then you've seen with the last report that we recommended the different strategy for Main Street East. So we have about 20 plus properties forming part of the 2026 work plan. So those will be coming in the new year. So I thought that was an exciting update. We also saw more this year amending designations, and that was a part of our larger development files. And so those are like some technical adjustments that we'll see coming forward for different sites. So there was quite a few of those. I also wanted to touch on Heritage Week. This year, we did quite a bit. So in partnership with the museum, library, and art gallery, we shared postcards of heritage buildings at all locations. We had a section that had local history books, architectural styles, and books on the importance of preserving local landmarks. And then we also had coloring pages at the art gallery. And then the heritage planning team, in partnership with the Grimsby Museum, we restored artifacts from the Grimsby Museum that included a travel trunk from the War of 1812, a surgeon trunk from the War of 1812, a stained glass window from the Grimsby Beach Tabernacle, a desk from one of the basket factories, a leather travel trunk, and we also, as a committee, worked hard on launching the mapping project, which was the virtual tour of Grimsby and our heritage site. So it was a busy time, and I think it was really well visited by people. A lot of the postcards went, so that was exciting. And then we also had several heritage permits this year that we had guide and manage change on many different sites, including large developments, restoration projects, and heritage permit applications to enable the use of our grant funding. I wanted to say that all of that was really important work that enabled our sites to change and evolve while preserving the integrity of our heritage assets. And I also wanted to extend a big thank you to all the property owners for their continued commitment to preserving our community's cultural heritage and working with us so closely on all those permits. I think there was a lot of wins this year. We also had a lot of partial and demolition requests. That work can be very challenging, but I think we did a really good job enabling our sites to be preserved / sensitively altered while preserving attributes until designation can be done for those sites in the future. The heritage team also took on archaeology this year, so that was a big change for us in our heritage portfolio. We had a few legislative changes that we dealt with. A lot of that was on archaeology and understanding how that would impact us, and some streamlining of enforcement for the Heritage Act. And then our big projects, so we had the annual launch again of our grant program. We received 9 applications, and we'll be talking about that a little bit more tonight. And then of the 4 or the 6 we approved last year, we did 7. 2 have been closed out, and the other ones are still being completed. And then we had our brand new tax incentive program, which we launched this year, and we received over 30 applications. So really exciting to see all that interest. And we've also had, I would say, like over between 10 and 12 people reach out to be designated since that. So there's a lot of good positive feedback being received. And also I was going to say, from people who are not designated, hearing about the program and the support for the homeowners, they thought that it was a really good sign of partnership. So that was really well received. And then we also talked about our designation plaques and reviewing the materials, because we have all of those heritage sites that have been designated. So we're looking into that now and how we want to approach that. And then I also noted that we move forward with the protection of the Main Street East corridor. So those are a summary of everything we did this year. I'm sure there's a lot more. But yeah, a lot of exciting projects this year, a lot accomplished, and I'm looking forward to next year. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you, Bianca, for sharing just again a little summary of all that we've done this year. I think it's nice to reflect and see our accomplishments and ways that we can kind of move forward with that, with doing this really important work. Are there any comments or questions from the committee? Yes, Councillor DeFlavio, go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. Through you, I just wanted to thank Bianca and Garrett, who is not working with us anymore, but was also a really important part. We'd love to take credit for this, but it all goes to staff. And I think I speak for everybody when I say that our goal every year is to make sure that Grimsby's heritage is better protected and better preserved than it was the year before. And there have been challenges legislatively that have, we all know has made that difficult over the last 5 years. But I can honestly look back on, you reflected nicely on the things and the accomplishments that the things that you've accomplished. Well, we've accomplished, but let's be honest, you've accomplished this year. And I think that we are in a better position than we were this time last year. And that's the best thing that we can say, I think. So thank you, Bianca. Thank you to Garrett. Please, I sent him an email before he left, but it went to his Grimsby email address, so I'm sure he probably didn't get it. But I do want to thank him because I think that the work that you guys do is really important, and I think you've done an excellent job of it beyond that. Not just that you're doing important work, but you're doing important work well. So thank you. From my behalf, and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Councillor DeFlavio. Mayor Jordan, would you like to say something?
Yeah, just pretty much Councillor DeFlavio kind of summed it up, but I just want to echo that, and I'm really proud of how Heritage staff has really put everything together, and really it's a very small staff, but it does big work. So I think you definitely punched way above your level. So you should be really proud of that. So.
Thank you, Mayor Jordan, for sharing that as well. Any other comments? I think we all can definitely share in what was already said by Councillor DeFlavio and Mayor Jordan. And I'm really excited to see where we can take this next year as well. We have really good momentum, really good. It seems like we've been able to, form really good relationships with the community as well. So I think there's good things to come in the future. So thank you. Awesome. Okay. If there's nothing else, I have a resolution that I can read. I'm liking the quick resolutions today. Resolved that the year-end update be received. A mover. And we have Councillor Cristangi and a seconder. I will have Amy, all in favor. Okay, that's carried. Thank you. Okay, that's carried. Fantastic. Sure. Okay, just a quick update regarding the mapping Grimsby's Historic Sites project. So you will recall from our October meeting that the map has been successfully printed and is in our possession, currently on Bianca's desk, I believe. So we will be launching this, a soft launch of the pamphlets that have been made on January 24th as part of the Peach King Center's reopening. So I'll be there. I think Bianca's going to plan to be there as well with a little table promoting the work that the Heritage Committee does, and we'll have the maps available. And then the official launch will be part of Heritage Week for 2026, so in February. I know that the timing might be a bit strange now that it's cold and wintry and we're going to be like, hey, go on a walking tour. But I think it's just important to kind of celebrate this really cool project, get it out there in the community and encourage people to explore their town. So it will, again, kind of have this rolling launch through the winter, and it will be, we're working to get it in the town sites, the library, the museum, Nels Manor, Historical Society, who are all partners for the project, as well as at the Peach King Center and anywhere else where the public are kind of looking to explore Grimsby's culture and heritage. So it's exciting. I'm excited to kind of see it out in the community and see it used. And Bianca, when you were giving your updates on all the great stuff we did, it kind of reminded me that we have the digital mapping project as well. So I went to go look, and we're at 4,500 views on our digital map. So that's pretty impressive. pretty happy to see that. So it's kind of really great that we have these resources that are becoming available. And this is an important part of just kind of public education and getting the research that has been done for these designations, all of that time and effort that the whole team puts into the research to actually getting it out there in the community as well is really important for, the why. The why are we doing this? The stories that we're able to tell with this. So these projects allow us to share those stories a little bit more widely in the community. So look out for us on January the 24th. I'm at the Peach King Center. I'm excited to be in that new building. And then we'll do a broader launch and social media campaign around it for Heritage Week. Any questions or comments when it comes to that project? Yes, Amy, go ahead.
Thank you, through you, Chair. No, I just wanted to say I think this is great for Heritage in the community, and thank you, because I know a lot of work went into it and the entire team, and it turned out fantastic, so you should be really proud.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Any other comments or questions? Yes, Councillor Kristanji.
Thank you, through you, Chair. I echo that. Also would like to suggest if we can get some into our retirement and nursing homes for the residents, because I know a lot of residents in the homes lived on some of those properties or own some of those properties, and they love the local heritage. So it might be a nice thing for them too. And even if anybody, I'd be totally willing to go in and do like a little, just a little talk with some of the homes and stuff like that. I think that might be nice to connect to our community and get engaged.
I absolutely love that idea. Seniors programming is near and dear to my heart, so I would love to help with that as well. We can definitely put that on our priority list for 2026. Thank you. I guess, Councillor DeFlavio.
Thank you. The map is beautiful. We got a copy, and it's in my living room. I look at it when I'm during the commercials between hockey and football and basketball games. The suggestion I was going to make about our digital map is that some of the places on there have their own website. So, for example, Nellis Manor. So we might want to include a link within the blurb to the site, so that way people can follow for more information and get more details. Other than that, 4,500 views is pretty impressive. I mean, I wish we had that for some of the other town stuff, and that's within, 6 months, 5 months? I don't know, very short period of time, so that's terrific. Well done.
Awesome, yeah, and I like that. We should definitely be adding links where we can for this, just to support those institutions a little bit more, for sure. Yeah, I'll add that to the priority list as well. Thank you for those suggestions and those comments. All right, if there's nothing else, I can move forward to the resolution. Resolved that the mapping Grimsby's heritage sites update be received. A mover. Councillor Kristanji, and a seconder. Councillor DeFlavio. I keep looking up to Brian just in case. Okay, all in favor? Okay, that's carried. Fantastic. Thanks, everyone. Okay, and moving on to our last item of tonight, a report, an update, or the Heritage Property Grants Recommendations report will be presented by Bianca. So go ahead whenever you're ready.
Thank you, through you, the chair. So this is our second year running our new Heritage Property Grant Program. Just for a reminder, this is a matching program, and council has allocated $20,000 to the program. On August 15th, 2025, we mailed hard copy packages to the property owner. We again went with a letter outlining the program, information on the intake time period, an application grant form, and then an example of the completed application. We also made information available on the town website and on the social media accounts, and they had from August 15th until October 24th to submit their applications. I did want to note that I sit on the selection committee, so Garrett did all the intake of the applications, and he assisted with the packages, and he also provided them with a copy of the evaluation criteria, so they knew how their applications were going to be assessed, and then Garrett helped them with their application to make sure that everyone had a complete application that would meet those kind of qualifiers that we were looking for. And so a lot of that was done during the pre-consultation meeting, which is always recommended. And then, again, just going over as a reminder, that we kind of allocated 2,000 to small projects and 5,000 to larger projects. And then we received 9 applications. All of the applications were reviewed and met the requirements of the program and were deemed complete. The selection committee met on November 19th and reviewed all of the applications. As a part of that review, based on the scoring criteria, there was 2 that scored significantly higher than the other 4. And so because of that, we recommended that those projects receive the 5,000. And then there were 4 other applications that were within 1 to 2 points of each other, and all had important work to do. And so the selection committee recommends that the remaining funding be be divided by 4, so that was 10,000. So we recommended it would be 2,500, and that would enable them to get some work done on their properties. And I did proactively reach out to all of the applicants that were selected from the 4, and they were agreeable to that amount. There was a couple questions that, like, can they adjust everything that they're doing, like keep it to the scope, but if there's some things they aren't able to do, can they reapply next year for the remaining? And that was something that we were supportive of. But everyone was very happy to have been included in the adjusted funding. So I do have a slide just to summarize the projects. Sorry, I'm getting used to doing the PowerPoints again. Okay. So these are the 2 at 5,000. So 126 Main Street West, which is Nels Manor. They were proposing to repair and repoint the stone foundation to prevent water from entering the building and to secure loose masonry within the rubble foundation. This was considered a time-sensitive structural repair that was required to prevent the loss of original materials. And then the other one, so these 2 scored the highest. The other one was 152 Main Street West. This one's really exciting. They're going to be restoring 15 original wood windows. This will include weather stripping to increase the R value. And I just noted here that a heritage permit may be required for that one. The one above is maintenance, one won't be required. Both really important projects, and they scored really high. And then these are the 4 other projects that scored within 1 to 2 points of each other. All, again, really important work. So 104 Main Street East, they're going to be doing excavation and waterproofing around the exterior of the foundation to prevent water from entering into the building. I know they are having some water issues, so it's something that needs to be done sooner than later. So we've noted that it's a time-sensitive structural repair and it will prevent the loss of original materials. And again, a heritage permit may be required depending on how invasive their approach will be. But they did note that it will be, they won't be using any tar or anything. It'll be non-invasive and reversible. The next one is 154 Main Street West. I should have noted for your reference. The other one, 152, is the rectory at St. Andrews. This is the other rectory. So both rectories are having restoration work done. So one's windows and one is a porch restoration. So the porch restoration was the one we recommended at the 2,500. So they'll be painting the siding of the building, repairing the railings and spindles, and then they'll be replacing rotted columns with a similar style. And a heritage permit also may be required depending on their proposal in the end. And then 103 Mountain Road, which is the Ukrainian church up on the hill. They are doing some repairs to their roofing. It's an asphalt shingle going to an asphalt shingle, but there is some potential water damage, so they may have to do some wood repairs on the interior framing of the roof. So we also noted that this is a time-sensitive structural repair that is required to prevent the loss of original material. And then 53 Ontario Street, this is our train station on Ontario Street. They are proposing to restore the existing 1834 addition to the rear. And they're proposing to use similar design to the train station, but they were also putting some thought to having it be like compatible, distinguishable, and subordinate to the original station. So they're going to just be using slightly different, but they still want to do like sash windows and siding. They're just going to have it be slightly different. And like they have like a parapet on the addition now that's not original. So there's some pieces that they want to remove to restore it. So that's their proposal there. And a heritage permit may be required for that one as well. So that's a summary of all of the different projects. I wanted to thank all the applicants for their time submitting these applications, and to the applicants that were unsuccessful. It's not that they're not great applications, they're great applications. So please apply again. We're looking forward to seeing the funding be used. I know there were some people that didn't get it last year that got it this year or being recommended to get it this year. So excited to see the funds being used. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Bianca. I see Councilor DeFlavio, your hand is up if you'd like to ask a question.
Yeah, thanks. As part of the committee, I think that we came up with a really good solution to the way we settled that. It's always exciting to see what projects are coming forward in heritage-wise in the town, and this is so it's kind of me being curious and wanting to know that it's worth the time invested in the process that we have. My question is regarding the heritage permit required possible for 152 Main Street West, and I think you mentioned one other. Is there a cost associated with that heritage permit? And if we're giving people a grant, is there a way for us to waive that cost? If the answer is yes, because I don't want to add additional cost to a project that we're funding. So, it's kind of like giving money with this hand and taking it away with the other. So I just want to make sure, I'll let you speak to it.
Through the chair, we don't charge for heritage permits. The only reason I said may be required is maintenance doesn't require it, but sometimes when it gets a little too invasive, we might want the permit. So that's why we just said may required, but yeah, there's no fee.
Great question, thank you. Any other questions or comments from the committee? Okay. Yeah, it was exciting to see these come through, and I'm also excited for the work that's going to be going forward with these. And I'm glad that you're able to come to a resolution too, so that we can fund more projects as well. And it sounds like you're able to come to agreements with the property owners. So again, I think this is just the committee doing really important work here to just work with property owners and get these properties protected and preserved for the future. So that's really great. Thank you. I'm excited to see that work go forward. Okay, I have one last resolution, but we had to write it down. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Wow, this one's a little bit longer. Okay. Okay, true. Oh, true. Okay. Resolved that report HR 2527 dated December 9th, 2025 regarding the Heritage Property Grant recommendations be received, and that 2, the Grimsby Heritage Advisory Committee recommends that the 2025 Heritage Property Grant funding applicants selected by the Grant Selection Committee be approved, and that the approved applicants enter into grant agreements with the town. Do I have a mover? Brian, put you down. Seconder? We have Councilor DeFlavio. All in favor? Great, that is carried. Okay, unless there's no new business or anything or announcements from committee, or Mayor Jordan, yes, we'd love to hear from you.
Yes, at the end of October, Sarah, Kim, and I traveled to Grimsby, England, and I'll just do the heritage spin on it. The gavel that's here has the Grimsby, England's crest at the end of it. The three boars. It's at this end, and it's just there's so many connections that we found and similarities between Grimsby, England, and Grimsby, Ontario. Yeah, this is the crest of Grimsby, England here, the three boars, and this was presented as a gift from Grimsby, England, and Charles Daly, who's Charles Daly Park's named after, was a member of Parliament for, I don't know if it was called Niagara West, I think it was called Lincoln County at the time, and this was a gift for the Queen's coronation in 1953 from Grimsby, England, and that's when I think they were very interested in having some type of relationship, and it kind of, over the years, got behind just got lost in the shuffle and everything. And Dorothy Turcotte actually told me about this gavel and said it must be somewhere at Town Hall. So I was quite happy to get it out here during my term. But just the similarities and the fact that at Grimsby Council Chambers in England, there's our Grimsby, Ontario crest in a stained glass window. And it's really cool because it's there, and it's what we thought was just really a neat thing was that actually Grimsby, England knew us, was thinking of us, and it's something that I'm just really happy that we hope to just move it forward on a number of issues. And they knew the story of how Governor Simcoe in 1791, he took a boat in when he arrived to Grimsby, Ontario, and he named it Grimsby because it reminded him he was quite familiar with Lincolnshire and the Grimsby area, and he thought it reminded him a lot of Grimsby, England at the time. So there's where we really originated, and there were just a number of other areas around there. The Thorold family. Well, that's what Thorold was named after. They were a prominent family in the Grimsby area, and Thorold's crest is exactly the same as the coat of arms for the Thorold family. So there was a really interesting connection, and there's quite a few towns. Louth is around there, and that's how we got the Louth Township. So there was just one connection after another. So it was very, very interesting and very eye-opening. So it was a very good preliminary trip, and we're hoping to have some of the council members from Grimsby and Lincolnshire in February or March 2026. So we're working on that. So just wanted to give a little update.
That's a really cool. Thank you so much for updating us on that. I did see that online. Am I able to ask? Are we planning any sort of heritage linking project with them?
I certainly think that there probably would be some interest in moving that along. Certainly know that we already have started preliminary work with the art gallery with some artists that out of Grimsby, England, that were quite interested in collaborating and sharing stories and just communicating and basically looking at how we can move forward and just it's a big world, but there's a lot of similarities, and it's something that I think the world really needs it at this time. So it's something that it's just a good news story. So
thank you so much. I can't agree more that it's just nice to have a good news story out there. So thank you very much. Any other announcements from committee tonight? All right. So again, thank you all for coming today. It was really nice to kind of have that year-end review of all the really great work that we've done for 2025. So thank you again to Bianca, to Garrett, to the whole Heritage Planning team. And thank you to the committee for being here, for showing up, and for having the important conversations and doing the good work. Okay, so with that, we can adjourn. Everyone have a wonderful holiday season, and we will see you for the new year. Thank you.